Hello, everyone. Did you all see me like quickly posting the link to this on Instagram and the timer was countdown was going? I was trying to hurry. Welcome all. I am glad you're here. Happy Friday. Yeah, this is the third day in a row I'm going live. I think it's a little weird. I think it's a little much, but I'm hoping that it's worth it to all of you. Welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I actually just got off a live over on the Pinkfresh channel because they did something cool this time. You can watch the replay. They showed, I'm all out of whack here. They showed the products that will be in their upcoming event that's in February, and all the teachers came on and we talked about, the products and all that. So I just did that, ate lunch real quick, and now I'm here. So I'm glad you're here. Today I have 4 cards prepped to share with you, showing you how to make them. Got a bunch of techniques to share. I am using all older product that's all on sale right now. You all ask for me to do more videos with older products, and I don't normally like to do that because oftentimes companies don't have much of that older product in stock. You may have it, but chances are, I don't know. It's hard to figure out. But I was talking to Pinkfresh. They said they were going to have this huge clearance sale. So I am using all the old stuff. Now, some of this stuff I've used in the past. Some of it I'm using again today. And it's exciting. I think that's a great way to save, and you could get some Christmas gifts. So I'm going to tell you first, right at the top of my YouTube description, there is a link that has the word live in it. If you click that and open up another window, at the top of that is all the information about the free gift and the extra discount code, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. And there's thumbnails of everything that I'm using, so it makes it easier to find. So I spend the time to do that in hopes that it makes it easier for you. I also have some of the things listed in the YouTube description. So I have 2 things from you from Pinkfresh. The folks at Pinkfresh are always very generous and very supportive of designers. And so when I said I was going to use some of this stuff, they offered an extra discount code for you guys. And they also have a free gift regardless, because they always have some special going on. So let me tell you what we got. Pinkfresh has a clearance section, and right now all the products in their clearance section are marked down 50%. Okay, so right away they're half off. The clearance section is right at the top of my YouTube description or that live link page. My viewers, if you use the code, what is it, Mike? J McGuire. It's in the description. If you use that code at checkout, you get an additional 20% off those clearance products. So that 20% off is only on the clearance section. So you get the 50% that's marked on the page. You'll see the prices are there as is. And then you get another 20% off if you use J McGuire. So that's huge savings. Then they are also offering a free gift if you spend $50 or more, before shipping and taxes, whatever there is, all those fees. If you have 50 or more in your cart, then you will automatically get a free gift. It won't show up in your cart, but when they go to mail it, it'll show up in your package, right? All of this is while supplies last, but it's all in the description below. So I'm using all clearance products today, so they're marked 50% off already. If you use J McGuire, you get another 20% off. And if you spend $50, you get a free gift automatically added to your order. And they have free US shipping over 100. All those details are in the top of the YouTube description or the top of that link page. So I just wanted to let you know that right off the bat. I used, I think, all old stamps, dies, stencils, and hot foil plates. I think the only thing from Pinkfresh that I'm using that isn't on sale are like the tools and the inks and such. But all of like the basic products that I'm using on a card, those will be on the big sale. So I wanted to let you know that. Let me show you the free gift. There was a different free gift situation earlier. However, there was a glitch with the system. So this is the free gift right now. If you have any trouble, you can email their customer service. They'll help you with it. But this is the free gift right now. It is a fancy script words hot foil plates. And there's thanks, you are the best, you are amazing, happy birthday, hey, smile, let's connect, and hello. You get those for free, okay? That set of hot foil plates. And if you don't have a glimmer machine, that's okay. I've done many videos showing how you can make an impression with hot foil plates and use that on your card. And I'm actually gonna show some of that today. I'm not using this free set on a card, but just so you know, this is the free set. If you are gonna get this free set, do know that the coordinating dies are available for purchase. And I have those linked at the bottom at the top of my sale or my supply list. So you get this for free, and then this coordinating die set is available for purchase, and it is 50% off, and you get the extra 20% off with my code. All right, let me check the code. Kinnery from Pinkfresh is here. The code is J McGuire. Make sure you spell McGuire. A lot of people use a Q instead of a G. That might be it. Mike, can you paste?
Yeah, I'm just going to do that.
Mike's going to paste it all there in the chat. So Mike is there, I think, is to help answer questions. I think someone from Pinkfresh might stop by. And Brienne, my link ninja, is here too, I think. Okay, question. I am wearing, yes, and I'm wearing an Aura ring. I am one of those people who get sleep and I wake up exhausted. And so we were trying to figure it out. It turns out I don't go into deep sleep. Anyways, so that's why I have it, yeah. Okay, yes, so there's the code J McGuire, and that's with a G. A lot of people like to do Q. Okay, so that's the gist. I'll share it on the bottom of the screen sometimes, but remember, because I try not to repeat myself about it throughout the live, but I know more people will join and so I have to repeat some things. But it's all in the YouTube description or at the top of that live link page. And yeah, Brianne's here. Good, my link ninja's here. So again, this is the free gift with $50. And then the coordinated die set is available in the clearance section. So you get 50% off that if you want to get it also. And then an additional 20% off with my code. All right, so everything I'm using today, yay! And there's a lot. I, of course, wasn't able to use it all, but I used quite a bit of it. So let me show you the card I'm going to start with. I'm going to dive right in. This is the first card I'm going to do here. So this one has some foiling, but I'll tell you what you can do if you don't have a foil glimmer machine or a foil machine. And then we're going to do some texture and some inking. We're going to have some fun. All right, let me know if you have questions. Thank you. Pinkfresh said they have a good quantity available for the freebie, so chances are it'll last for a while. Awesome, awesome. Okay, let me show you what I use on this. First of all, I have and I'll demo this. I'm gonna demo all this. This is the Floral Lace Hot Foil Plate. It's in the clearance section. And the floral lace stencils that coordinate with it. You can use these together or separately. The stencils look beautiful by themselves, but I'm going to use them both, and I'm going to show you how to use a hot foil plate without a foil machine, okay? So that is the first thing we'll do. Let's start with that, and then I'll show you the rest of what's on here. So we're going to start with that background. Now you have to forgive me because I came up with these cards a couple weeks ago, and I have to remember everything I did. How's that for how's that for honesty? Tip for great sleep, a shot of Bailey's before you go to bed. Okay, I've said this before. I think you and I could be good friends. Yeah, I do like Bailey's, but I usually only have Bailey's in decaf coffee when I go to go to a fancy dinner or something at the end. All right. Michael said he's low-key obsessed with Pinkfresh. Yeah, there's a lot in that clearance section, and I have the clearance section linked right at the top. So I'm just using some of the things. Okay, so let's do an impression with a hot foil plate. So what I'm doing, you can do with the die, you can do with a better press plate, or you can do with a hot foil plate. So if you don't have a glimmer machine, this, you know, there's still things you can do with a hot foil plate. I've done many videos showing this. Now I am using the Gina K Intracut. I love this machine. I think it's a great machine. And the nice thing about it is there are dials on the side. So I'm setting mine to letterpress or 2D emboss, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to emboss with a hot foil plate, but you can also do this with a die. And then there is a pressure dial. And so the nice thing about this machine is you don't need a bunch of different plates. You just need these dials, the same plates for everything and these dials. So I find when I use hot foil plates to make an impression, a little less pressure is good because they're so thick. So I have mine set to 2 here. But you can do this with your Spellbinders Platinum. You can do this with any machine where you have a flexible embossing mat. You've seen me use this kind of flexible mat many times in videos. Most machines come with one, and that's what you can use to make your dies or your plates make an impression, okay? So I have my flexible mat here. I'm following the sandwich that the manufacturer recommends for making it an embossing impression, an embossed impression with a die. So if, say, you have the Platinum, follow their instructions for making an impression or embossing with a die. Okay, so I have my Intracut here because it's a great machine, and it's a good price point too. I have my flexible mat, and I have a piece of white cardstock. I'm using for this a heavyweight cardstock. You could use watercolor paper because you want something heavyweight. If you don't have something really heavyweight for this, I recommend using watercolor paper because watercolor paper is generally heavyweight. So this is Neenah Classic Crest Solar White in 110 pounds. Now I'm going to take it off here and do, you can see me, I'm just going to do 3 or 4 spritzes from about 2 feet away on both sides of my cardstock. That isn't necessary, but it helps the fibers kind of stretch as we make this impression. So I'm putting that cardstock that's a little wet there on my flexible mat. I'll take my foil plate and put it face down on there. Then I put the top plate on. I'll run this through, and this will press that hot foil plate into the cardstock and leave an amazing amount of texture. So check this out. It looks like an embossing folder. Isn't that cute? So the other thing you can do is foil with this, right? You can foil with this using like your glimmer machine, and you get that great pattern. The other thing you can do is, if you wanted to, you can put ink on the foil plate, then do what I just did, and it would leave ink in the pressed down areas. Okay? Oh, good. Heidi said she tried this technique for the first time recently, and it works great. Good, good, good. And this is a great way to use hot foil plates if you don't have a foil machine, or if you just want to get more from your foil plates. And it's also a great thing you can do with your press plates. You can do what I just did with your press plates too. All right. And you can do this with your dies. So if you have like a background die, you could do that. I've done many, many videos showing that. Okay. Now I am going to heat set this real quick, because remember, it's a little wet. It won't take me long. I am leaning down because I'm tired. So sorry, I'm leaning. Mike, can you hit me with questions while I heat set? See if there are any. Let's see, I answered the first one. Oh, Liz. Liz, you're too nice. Thank you. I am not. After this, okay, so after this, I have to hurry because I have like 75 to 100 13-year-olds coming over, because we're having what's called wildlife here tonight. And I'm telling you, you have never heard anything so loud. Last time I did, last time they were here, I was 2 floors up, because my craft room is in our lowest level, like the basement, and they come and hang out there. I was 2 floors up, and my watch did the loud warning loud environment signal. It's so loud. But I'll tell you, one thing that is better is sometimes I'll have that many high schoolers. The high schoolers aren't as loud. However, when they leave, it smells like Axe body spray, and it is horrid. For days when I'm in my craft room, it smells like teenage boys. So, you know. Anyway, no, I don't have to do anything. They come over and set up. Ken's going to get snacks and all that, and then some of the girls are staying for sleepover after. Simon, when you were like in high school, like 2 days ago, were you big on that Axe body spray too? Like, I don't know what it is. Anyway, sorry. I'm a little slap happy on Fridays. Okay, so I've got that beautiful impression. I dried it a bit. Now I have the coordinating stencils, and these have the little marks on it. What I'm going to do is just line up the first stencil, and really you have bumps that kind of fit into the stencil, right? So it makes it really easy to line it up, except I didn't line it up. You've got 6 sons, Beth? How old are they, Beth? Because that's pretty impressive. Although, yeah. There's nothing like a boy, though, like being a mama, having a mama's boy. Okay. Yeah, the scent is not good. It's not good. Sometimes there's a little of that dirty sock smell, too. That happens. Okay, so I lined up stencil number 1, and let's see, what am I going to do here? I got to find my ink stand, because I can't craft without that. And I think I'll do like a rainbow of colors going down this. Let's grab some colors. I have 3 of my favorite Pinkfresh: Sparkling Rose, Lemon Whip, and Waterfall. One of the best blues there is. What did Simon say? Lots and lots of cologne. Okay, not Axe. That is some strong stuff. Because I think they don't think it's like a one spritz thing. It's like a, yeah, okay, anyway. You gotta impress the lady. Mike said you gotta impress the lady. Here's the thing, my son never had it, so I don't understand it, thankfully. Okay, I'm working on a sticky mat that holds my cardstock that has that impression and my stencil in place. I have my ink stand to hold my ink pad in place. I am using what I call the magic brushes. These are the Pinkfresh 1-inch brushes. If you're gonna ask for anything from Santa, they're amazing. I have all mine lined up here, and I actually am starting a few more. So anyways, these are really great. All right, so I think I'll do kind of a rainbow. That's what where did my sample go? Here it is. So I'm gonna do kind of a rainbow going down here, but I'm gonna do a lazy rainbow. So I am using Sparkling Rose, which is one of the kind of lighter pinks, not the lightest, but the nice thing about these blending brushes, one of the things I like is you can easily put down a light amount of ink smoothly, and then you can keep going for heavier. So you have a little more control. So you saw how fast that was. That was Sparkling Rose. Then let's move on to Waterfall. All right, so I did pink at the top. I'm gonna do some of the Waterfall on the bottom. I'm telling you, one of the most beautiful blue colors you'll ever find. Hi, I'm glad you're here. Okay, so I went a little heavy there, but that's okay. And then take a dry cloth and just kind of wipe that center area. And I'm coming in with yellow. This is Lemon Whip, and I'll make that overlap the pink and the blue, and that'll give me the orange and the green. Super fast. Bing, bing, bing. There you go. So see how it looks like I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors, and I just used the pink, yellow, and blue. So when you're blending, you can get creative and create a rainbow with just the 3 colors. And then you could keep going by overlapping the blue and the pink to get like a purple. Okay, so there is that. Yes, these, I'm telling you, these brushes, I was teaching for Pinkfresh like a month or so ago maybe. And I think they were no, they had just come out, but I hadn't used them yet. And so I I used them when I was teaching for the first time, and the whole time I kept going on and on about how they were magic. Hi, welcome everyone. Okay, so now I think I'll do the same thing but heavier. I think I'll switch to darker colors just to make it easier. You could use the same exact inks and go heavier, but I'm kind of lazy, and so since I have the other colors, I'm just going to use them. But you could use the same ones and just go heavier this time, just for some variation. I want to kind of keep that rainbow feel. So this time I'm using Raspberry Bliss. Now this is I think the darkest color in that family, so it's going to go on dark. Pinkfresh inks will kind of pull back and settle and soften. Erica, you're so sweet. Thank you, Erica. All right, and then here I have Paradise, which is a beautiful darker version of the waterfall. Yeah, I'm going a lot darker than I did on there, but that's okay. You'll see variety. All right, what's the sale? So the sale, it's all at the top of my YouTube description. What Pinkfresh is having a huge clearance sale. Everything's marked down 50%, and then with my code, you get another 20% off. And then you get a free gift with $50 or more orders. So it's a lot. Very generous stuff. Very generous.
You share those against the brushes against different vendors, right? Companies.
What?
So you'll use that on like Altenew and Hero Ink.
Yeah. So these brushes I use with any dye inks that I use. I just stick to dye inks with these. I do have one that I use for white pigment ink. So there I got the rainbows. Some are lighter, some are darker. Hi, Callie. See, Callie agrees. They are yummy. Aren't they super soft? Very soft. I don't know what it is. It's something about the fact that they're looser. They're not like super tight, and they're flat. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's my guess. I don't know. It's magic. All right, final stencil, lining it up. Now for this one, I think I'm going to shift everything a little bit up and pull in like some purple and peach. I don't want to clean. Dang it. Okay, so let me put my brushes away. Hi, welcome. I warn you, anybody joining, I'm a little goofy today. A little all over the place because, you know, it's Friday afternoon. If it was a little bit later, I could get a glass of wine. I am off screen just grabbing different colors of ink here. I think I'll get Sunkissed, Candy Violet, and let's see what we can do with that to start. So I think I'm just kind of shifting things up. So I'll shift the blue up a little bit, and I'll do some purple down there, just a little bit. Let's just do a little bit down here, just to bring in a little bit of other color. This Candy Violet is beautiful. It's like a purple with a touch of pink to it, like a orchidy plum color. Does that make sense? So there, I did a little bit of purple down there. I think I'll keep with the waterfall above it. So I'm kind of just shifting my rainbow up, probably making it more complicated than it needs to be. It's wine o'clock somewhere. If only. I'm going to Disney next week with Christina Werner, and then Greg from Concord and Ninth. And there, it's snack time all the time. That's always nice. All right. What did Simon say? He's trouble. Watch out for him. All right. Next, I'll do a little bit of yellow, do the lemon whip, and then I'll end up going to a little bit of Sunkissed at the top. Let's do some, just changing things up, overlapping that waterfall with the yellow just to get that bit of green color, and then finish off with the Sunkissed. Oh, Lori, thank you. Thank you. Mary asked, where do I get the, I think I want that to be more peach. Let me switch. Where did I get this stand? So these are the stands that I've decided, let me switch this. These are the stands that I've decided I like. I've tried a bunch, and I'm going to share some other options in the future. But I've decided I like these for this, I just kind of space them out because I don't like the brushes touching. The brush tips kind of stick out a bit, and I don't like the brushes touching. So I'm happy with that. Let me get I want to come in with a little more coral on that top part. And then I use them for my smaller. I use these same ones for my other, like my Altenew blending brushes too. I'm happy with them. It should be in it should be on my link list. If you go to that live page, it should be in there. Mike's gonna check and make sure it's there. Yeah, the brush organizer. I think it's towards the end of the thumbnails on that extra page, that link page. I bet Brienne is here, and I bet she'll put the link to the live supply page in the description. Yeah, I don't want the brushes to touch, so that's why I do it. Okay, let me clean these stencils real quick because I'm a little bit of a mess right now. So the stand that I use, it's actually a lip gloss organizer. Who knew? I don't know who has 27 lip glosses, but hey, whatever works for you. I have 27 blending brushes. I have it linked at the bottom of my supply list over on that live page. Mike, can you, yeah, Brienne just put a link, and if you click that, it'll take you to my live link page, and that, if you scroll down all the way to the bottom of the thumbnails, you'll see a link to it. Brienne did it. Brienne's quick. She beat you. You were out getting pretzels. All right, so there we have, look at that. Isn't that fun? With the texture. I mean, come on. I just love that. Okay. Now, oh, and let me just show you these two. I was just playing. And these two, I just skipped the third stencil, and it just gives you a little bit of a different pattern. Fun to do, and you don't need, you can use the stencils by themselves too. If you go to my website and search on floral lace, at the top there's a search bar. If you search on floral lace, you'll see, I think I did a video where I made like 5 cards with this product line. And they are 50% off plus the 20% off with my code. And in Crafting World, that's like free. That's my thought. Okay, next up, let me find the products here. I'll show you these. These are, let me show you this first. These are, there's a bunch of these on sale in the clearance section. There are the Arches hot foil plates and then the dies that coordinate with it. I'm going to show you this in just a moment. But they also, I wanted to mention, they also have the hexagons, the circles, which I'll use later, the stars, the diamonds, and the rectangles. And those are all in the clearance section too. So there's the dies. You could do the dies and the hot foil plate separately, up to you. You can make an impression with these just like I demonstrated before. But today I did some foiling off screen. I didn't want to foil on screen because it takes some time and I have more things I want to show you. Brienne put the video to where I used the floral lace on more cards. Thanks, Brienne. So for this one, I chose to use this Arches. And you'll see, I can show you later, there's actually a stamp set in the clearance section that coordinates with this shape too. I'll be using it later. Now notice on my card, I have an oval shape, but this is an arch shape. So I'm going to show you how to do that trick. Okay, so off screen, I used this hot foil plate with my glimmer machine and the prism foil and foiled on white cardstock. Okay, so I did that off screen. Then I took these 2 dies and put it around the foiled line to die cut, and I got this. All right, now if you don't have a foil machine and you wanted to use these, you could first die cut this, then make an impression with that using your die cut machine as I demonstrated earlier. But what I did was I foiled this bigger hot foil plate on white cardstock. Then I used these 2 dies to cut the outside and the inside. Okay? Did I do Jennifer math? I don't know what Jennifer math I did, but I'm sure it was terrible. My engineering days are over. Okay, so I did 2 of those, and we're gonna take it and make it look like 1. All right, so we'll do that in a moment. Let me show you the other things I have. Now this one right here, gotta find these things. I die cut this die cut earlier. I've used this one before too. So this is, all of this is 50% off plus 20% off. And that's all in the YouTube description. I wanted to make sure everything I used was on sale so I don't confuse you. This is the, can you grab that question, save it for later? So this is the Pop Out Sunburst die. So it's a background die, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. And I just cut it from white cardstock, and it's going to add just some interest in the background. I like how it kind of pulls your eye into a focal point. Okay, so that I use that. Do know this is in this clearance section, and so is this stamp. And this stamp, the cool thing about the stamp, I did a video with this. If you search Pop Out Sunburst on my blog, it should come up. But these pop apart. So you can put it in your MISTI and stamp some of the rays in one color, then pop those pieces back in and take out the others and get other colors. So you can get a multicolor with this. Isn't that cool? And then that lines up with this too. But I didn't use the stamp today. I just wanted to show you that's one of the things on sale. Does anybody know how hot a hot foil plate machine gets? I have no idea, Robin. I have no idea. All I know is I don't know how, like, I guess I'll just, I truly believe that more and more companies are going to come out with press plates. So I think a better press or a glimmer machine investment is a safe thing to do. Like, I feel like they're becoming just another great tool in addition to a die cut machine and a MISTI. But I get if foil isn't everybody's jam. I'm telling you, that better press is magic though. It's magic. Hi, Richard. 2 days in a row. Good to see you. Okay, so let's first glue this to our background. While I'm gluing that down, Mike, can you, there was a question somebody asked that I caught and I want, there's the Pop Out Sunburst video. Thank you, Brian. By the way, Brian, it comes to all my lives. She's the best. And she helps to answer questions in the comments. And I call her the Link Ninja because she can find anything I'm talking about before I even say it. She's like, she's magic. Okay, so there was a question. Oh, Susan, thank you for the super chat.
This one?
Emily asked, have you ever tried heat embossing with the Better Press? I'm getting one for my birthday and trying to think of lots of ways to use it. Well, first of all, good birthday gift choice. Second of all, I have done videos, many videos, and a couple of them were like the many different ways you can, Mike's boogering things up, the many different ways you can use press plates. So I've got a lot of videos that show it. As far as heat embossing, you can. You just use the press plate with Versamark ink and then do the press, the Better Press system, and then add the embossing powder. And I think Christina Werner just did that in a video recently. So check her recent videos. It's if you look in her videos, the thumbnail should have a photo of a card where there's like big gold printing all over it. And I think that's what she demonstrates.
Is this the thing?
Oh, Tiffany asked, have I found ways to use foil plates with my Better Press? I haven't. I keep asking the Spellbinders team if I should try it, and they say don't, because they don't want me to put too much pressure on my Better Press system. And they're like, the material that they're made from or the coating on it is different. I think there's a few things that go into it. So you can use your press plates on your foil machine, but not your foil plates in your Better Press. So that's important to note. All right. All right. Now, let me show you how I did this oval here. So I took one of these here. Let me cut it. Drink. Drink. So I'll take that. I think on here I put the beautiful, a little below center. I think I'll do that again. So I'm going to cut a little more off. So I'm just changing up the look. So you could do like an arch on the side of the card. You can change this up however you want. Betsy, do you know how much we appreciate all that you do? Betsy, you're just saying that so that I will do extra plank time when we do Pilates together. But thank you. Betsy goes to torture with me every Wednesday. All right, so this one I'm taking and placing kind of up towards the top. Don't do it like that. I'm trying to center it up a little bit. There are a few ways you can do this. This is what made sense to me at the time. Oh, hi. Thank you for the super chat. I'll be seeing you soon at Disney. Okay. So I put something heavy on that while it dries. Then I'll take the other one and cut it shorter and glue it to the bottom. Brienne added a link to Christina's video where she shows how to heat emboss with the Better Press. Just keep giving this a haircut until it's the right height. I could have measured, but who wants to do that? Almost there. Just a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know what temperature the glimmer gets to. I have no idea. I could check it, but I have no idea.
Thermal
temperature
thing. I just gotta bring it.
There we go. You can do that. Okay, so I'm just putting these on just so they kind of meet. It's going to look bad, but that's okay. I'm going to cover it with my sentiment. All right, so these pieces I can save and use for something else if I wanted to. Okay. All right, why do I have two of these tops out? Let's see, while this is drying, I've got something heavy on it while it dries. Let me show you the sentiment that I did. This is not foiled. I did white for the shadow die, and then the word beautiful I did with holographic cardstock. Okay, so you can use whatever cardstock you want. This is from let me move everything out of the way. This is from the Hello Phrase Builder set, die set. This is in the clearance section. So this is on big time sale. Let me show you all the words that are in it. This is one of my favorite. I remember being at a show, like at a CHA or whatever, where they show their new products. And I remember telling Pinkfresh, I love this font. Please have more with this font. So it's all of these words. Choop. Can you see them all? All of these words are with the Hello Phrase Builder set. And what I like to do is I type what the words are on the label so it's easier because it's hard to read backwards. But this includes the shadow die and the die itself, the word itself, okay? And this is 50% off plus the extra 20% off with my code. So that's in there. And just so you know, if you're a hot foil plate person, you can also get this coordinating hot foil set on the sale price too. So this is sale price. And what happens is you can use the shadow die from the die set to cut out the foiled word. So if you're somebody who likes to foil, these are sold separately, but they're both on sale. Okay. Yeah, this is a nice larger size. I mean, you can see how it fills a card nicely. It would, it would work great for scrapbooking. So from this Hello Phrase Builder, I used the beautiful sentiment. I cut the shadow from white and the word beautiful itself from holographic cardstock, which I have in my link list. And that matches nicely with the foil that I used. Isn't that pretty? And by the way, if you like the look of this, there are a few different sets I can show you later that have this look, but they're different words. And they're all in the clearance section. Heidi, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, and by the way, at the end, I have a bunch of giveaways. So don't let me forget, and just leave some comments in the chat, and that's how you're eligible. Okay, so I have my sentiment here, and I'm gonna glue that down so that it is, oh wait, no. I have to trim. I'm gonna trim off the extra here. Now, these scissors, which you've all heard me talk about, this will be on my crafty gift guide list. These scissors are the best. These are the Spellbinders 9-inch shears, and I'm guessing some of you in the comments have bought them, and you can tell everybody, yep, see already somebody says, love those. These are the greatest scissors. They're just very smooth, they're non-stick. I really like them. And right now, I noticed they are on sale over on the Spellbinders website. If you go to the top of my blog, there is a sales page. You click sales. I have a page where I put all of the crafty news and sales. And on that page, there will be a link to the Spellbinder sale where they have these on sale right now. Listen, any chance to save so we can either A, save, or B, buy more things is always a good thing. Okay, so I cut right around. So now we have this frame. Now we got these little meet-up bits here. You could tie ribbon around it or whatever. Yes, see, everybody loves them. But I'm going to cover it up with the sentiment. So now I'll put adhesive on the back of here. Put that right at the center. Now you might notice, I'll hold it up here in a minute, but you might notice that this sunburst stands out more than this one. That's because this one I stacked 2 together and this one I only did 1. And notice, I see a difference. I feel like this creates more shadows and it stands out more. But, you know, you don't have to. On this one, I just did 1. Okay. So there's that. Now let me glue on my beautiful. We're in the home stretch here. I'm using Gina K Connect in a liquid or in a fine tip bottle. It's my favorite adhesive. I feel like adhesive needs to be like your best friend, that you can trust it no matter what. And this adhesive I trust. So I'm trying to get the center. And I'll put something on it. There we go. So I placed it so that, let me make sure I did. Yeah. I placed it so that the B and the L cover up where I match those together. So again, I used the arches, hot foil plates, and dies to create an oval. Now, you can see here also, I keep these, actually, they aren't normally on this card. I keep these on a magnet, like I put magnetic tape inside of my cabinet door, and I keep these there so I can get to them often because I like this arch shape. So you've got so even if you don't want to do the foil part, you can just use the dies. All right, and remember there's the other sizes too. Yeah, Callie, I'm with you. I only trust liquid adhesive anymore. Except like a double set, like the Altenew double-sided adhesive. I trust that if you push it down well. That one I trust. But tape runner, like only for certain things do I use it anymore. Okay. Thank you, Linda. Okay. So now the only thing I did to finish this, it's not here. It was here because I did it. I'll tell you. I'll just show you here. I stamped UR, and I stamped that with a gray ink. Let me think which one I used. I think I used Rocky Slope. So I stamped that UR with Rocky Slope ink, cut it into a little banner so I could have the You Are Beautiful sentiment. Now these little butterflies that I have scattered on here, those are from Birch Press, so that's not a Pinkfresh product. It's not on sale. I just keep those dies out because I really like scattering them on various backgrounds. So those are on the link list, but you can get those at Simon Says Stamp. And so I did those from white cardstock, and I did holographic cardstock for the body. So there you go. So there's the first card. So I have the butterflies to glue on, but that's it. So you can see I went a bit darker with inks on here than I did on this one to get different looks. Hi, Livy. All right, so that's our first one. So everything you see here is 50% off, not the inks, but the stamps, stencils, dies, hot foil plates. Now I need to see where that UR is from. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. This is a really cool set. This actually goes with the arches, so I might as well show it. So that UR sentiment is actually from this You Are the Best. So what I did when I stamped it onto white cardstock is I put a Post-it note over the words the best, inked up the words you are, removed the Post-it note and stamped it. So that way I got You Are instead of You Are the Best. Now this is the Arches Floral set. Now this is on clearance too. So you get 50% off plus 20% off with my code. Mike, can you put that across? Oh, I can do it. Watch this. Look at what Mike has, so I don't have to say it as much. Look how fancy Mike is. So there's the code, and it gives you an extra 20% off their clearance section. We're getting fancy around here. So this is the Arches Floral Stamp Set. I'm going to use it later. And there is a stencil set, to allow you to fill in the images. Is this the right one? Yeah. And the nice thing is there is an arch mask included in it. So you can use this stamp. This stamp here is like the perfect amount of arch to go over to coordinate with this, but it also will work with this mask. So if you don't have this stamp set would be great. The dies are available also, and of course, Pinkfresh is really good about having the coordinating dies that cut out really close. Yeah, Mike is fancy, isn't he? Trying to earn his keep around here. He hates me, that's okay. Yay, Mike, see? Not so crafty is very techy. Okay, so this is the Arches Floral, that's where I got the UR, and this stamp set works really well with these dies. So just different things there. Yes, Bran just put a link to a video I did where I used all this stuff. Look at that right there in the chat. I'm telling you, she's magic. Don't worry, I spoil her because I know what I don't want to lose her. She's my go-to. She's great. She helps Gina now in her lives because I said to Gina, you need the Link Ninja. Okay, so that's the first card. I will put pictures of the card this weekend. I'm going to try to get a bunch of card pictures up on my blog. Let's see, which one do I want to do next? Well, this one's a little involved, but you know, I did a bunch of it ahead of time to save time. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so this is the next card, thought I'd do, and it's got this just fun little window in the inside. And I wanted to tell you what I plan to do with writing my personal message here. So my mother-in-law died of ovarian cancer, what, 4 or 5 years ago during COVID. And she used to send me cards all the time. She was very intentional, and something I tried to learn from her. And I didn't really realize how intentional and thoughtful she was until she passed, unfortunately. But she always sent cards. And one of the last card she sent me it was a store-bought card. She didn't make cards, but one of the last card she sent me had a window like this. It was store-bought, a window like this, and there was a circle element. Actually, I don't think there was a window, but there was a circle element in the center. And instead of just writing like this, she wrote in a spiral around it. And I just thought that was so cool. So that's what I plan to do here. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Let me show you what I used here. Somebody asked,
what's the name of the stencil?
The name of the stencil used on the You Are Beautiful card, that is the Floral Lace. If you click the live link at the top of my YouTube description, you'll see thumbnails. So it makes it really, really easy to find it all. All right, now I got to find what I used here. I think I used that. Give me a minute. I'm trying a different approach this time where I'm keeping all the products together and I grab what I need. Yeah, and you know what? Sorry to tell the story, but how I realized how intentional she was, and I wish I realized it when she was alive, was at her funeral. The pastor talked about how she was so intentional. She did so much for other people, were really thoughtful. And he mentioned that he saw that in me because of my card making, like that being intentional and thinking of others. And that really inspired me. So I wish I would have realized it when she was around. Okay, I'm going to stop because I will cry. Now, on this one, we're going to do some flowers. And this is the Arches Floral that I showed you. I used these floral images, which I'll show you in just a second. But then I also used let's get them out. This is all in the clearance section. I used for my windows, I'm going to show you it all, I used the circle dies. I'm not using the plates this time, just the circle dies. And this around the shape circle stamp set has these greetings that fit perfectly in these die cuts. So that's how I got that there. I'm going to show you. Then this also coordinates with the circles. So this coordinates with the circles. This one does too. This would go nicely on the circles, but I chose to use the arch one. I wanted to show you this though, because there's something cool in this. I'm going to use this stamp later. So there's a stamp set, there's stencils, and there's coordinating dies. What's cool about this stencil set, this is the the circle florals. Let me move this all out of the way. These stencils color in these images, but also have these words on it. So there's hello, hooray, miss you, and I think there's a thank you stencil. I can't find it. But the coordinating die set cuts out those words too. And I love the idea of a stenciled sentiment because you could put like glitter paste over it. So you have like a really dimensional, glittery sentiment, which is really cool. Okay, so this is the circle florals. I'm not using those right now. I'll use them later, but they coordinate with this and with these. That's one of the things that I really like about Pinkfresh is they create these product suites that can be all used, mix and match together, and you can pick and choose what you like. Judy, thank you so much. I'm glad you're liking the online card classes. Oh, I already know what snack I'll get. They have some French fries at the Magic Kingdom right now that have, what's the mushroom? The really good mushroom. What's that called?
Ones you find in your yard.
No, not the ones I find in the yard. The really expensive ones. It's got that truffle sauce on top. That's what I'm going to try. Thank you. I appreciate it. So this one, I will use that sentiment later, but it works with these circles. I'm just happening to use this arch one that actually is supposed to go with the arch set, but it works with the circles too. Okay, so those are the things I'm using. Let's start out by doing these flowers. I stamped this image from the Arches Floral, and I silver heat embossed it twice. Truffle, thank you. So I silver heat embossed this twice. And you can see I have the two right here. I did that off screen to save time. This is one big image, and the reason they did that is that way you can use the one die to cut it out at the same time. I like when Pinkfresh does that. So let's start with that. I'm going to do some stenciling here, and then we'll move on. I can answer some more questions. I'll do Mike's fancy tech work again. Look at that. So fancy. Oh, Rhonda, thank you. I appreciate it. You're all so kind. So everything I'm using today is in that clearance section. All right. I'm going to do blue colors again because I prepped some of my pieces in blue. Maybe I'll make them... No, I'm going to still do blue. I like that blue. I'm digging blues. Okay, so I'm lining up. This is, I don't know, this is stencil number 4, but you really don't have to go in order. This is the stencil. Let me turn that off, sorry. This is the stencil that does the leaves. And I'm going to do 2. So you'll see me do the same thing twice. That way I have something that goes on the top of my circle and on the bottom of my circle. So you can see that card there. This is what we're doing, these elements there. All right, Mike just left to go say hi to Lila, and now I don't see the new comments. Okay, so because I want to do this fast, I'm using the bigger brush. You can use the smaller brush if you want to. This might have other color green on it, so let me just wipe it off on a cloth. All right, I'm using, where's my ink stand? I am using Fresh Pear, which is a beautiful light green, and I'm just applying that over here. Remember, these brushes are great for, this is the 1-inch brush from Pinkfresh that I call the Magic Brush. I might petition to them to rename it that. I put that over all of it, but then I'll come in with a smaller brush, and I'm just going to put a bit of the much darker olive at the base of some of these leaves. Now, I'm not going to do much care to blend. This is one of those things you can do very quickly, and these inks will just like really smooth out and give you good results in the end. So I'm just kind of putting these at the base of some of the leaves, just to add a little variation. This is something you definitely could skip, but I think it's fun to add just that little bit of interest. There we go. So there's one. I gotta do it again. Gotta do it again. Let me wipe this off. All right. So this is the Arches Florals, and I've used this before. Brianne had linked to the video. Oh, I don't have that lined up well. Oh well, it'll be fine. brand link to the video, and I showed a few different things you can do with these. Oh no, yeah, this is the Arches. Yes, the Arches Floral. Now let's put some darker olive. I'm not putting a lot of this because I'm using, Pinkfresh has inks that are available in sets of 4, like a light, medium, dark, and extra dark. You can buy them separately, of course, but I'm using the lightest and the darkest in a family, so I don't want to go too heavy with the second one. There we go. Where did my first one go? There we go. Okay, so that is fresh pear and olive. I'm going to see if I know how to make these comments move, because he left me. Boop. There we go. Now I can see it. Next, let's do some flowers. This is stencil number 1. Now, again, there are like little tick marks on this and number order. I'm just lining them up and going because these are really easy to line up. Over this, I'm going to go bold blue. I love, love, love the bold blues that they have in the Pinkfresh collection. You see me use them quite a bit. Look at me putting things away. I was stuck and you abandoned me.
This didn't scroll?
Yeah, it didn't scroll. I don't know why that happens.
I submitted a help request about that.
About what?
That scroll.
Oh, okay. So quick application of Blue Jay on one of them. And it doesn't matter that I went off the edge of the stencil because we're going to die cut these. Are there any questions? Mm-hmm. Oh, somebody said she can't decide between the Arches and the circle florals. The Arches floral and the circle florals. I liked this flower arrangement in the circle, but the Arches stencils come with those words. So you got to balance which is more important to you. But remember to use my code for another 20% off. All this is on sale. Have you used your inks on a white envelope to match the colors from a card? I'm struggling with matching my envelopes. I have lots of colored envelopes, but not always the right color. I will pick the closest color and go with it. Or I will use like a silver metallic envelope if I can't find the perfect match. So I've never really inked the whole thing, but you know, I can tell you who would be the person to ask, and that would be Christina Werner. She's the expert of all things envelopes. She does a bunch of envelope art and fun stuff. She does lives on Monday night. You could go to one of her lives and ask her. But I've never inked out the outside of an envelope. But it's a pretty good idea. All right, so this is stencil number 3. I'm all over the place here. I'm just lining it up. It's easy to see through. So again, this was silver heat embossed first. Now I'm coming in with summer shower. I could bring in another bit of a darker blue with this, but I'm just gonna do the one color over the stencil. All right, look at that. Yeah, I would, so they told me at Pinkfresh that they have a good amount of products in stock. So if somebody said they placed an order, but now they want to place another one, you know, you can just wait till the end of the video because I've got a really good deal coming up, like one that I think really is nice. Okay, there's that. And then finally, the last stencil does the centers of the flowers, and I like this little arch mask too. I'm not using it, but I love that instead of leaving this just blank or like wasted stencil space, they offer that. Let's see. Let me put my ink back, and I think I'm gonna go with, where did my marigold go? My marigold ran away. Dang. Oh, it's over here. Go with marigold. All right. Karen, the sticky mat that I'm working on, this is from Altenew. It is made of the same material that clear stamps are made of, so you kind of have an idea how sticky it is. And it's nice because it kind of holds your paper in place, but it'll really suction to a stencil. If you watch when I press the stencil down, watch it, you can see it suctions there, so it's not going to move. So I don't have to hold my stencil when I ink. It's just a really handy tool to have. Waffle Flower has a great one too. I use the Waffle Flower one inside of my Misty stamping tool, so I don't have to use magnets. But it's nice to have the different options. Hi. How's Lila? Great. Okay. All right, Lila's. So there I did my inking on 2 so that I could have the top and the bottom. And now the easy peasy part. Yeah, these flowers are great. Line it up here. I think, Pinkfresh folks, I think Henry's still here and she could confirm about stock, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, well, they're on big time sale right now, so that's good. I think some companies are having early Black Friday things, and it's a good thing. Okay. Yeah, make sure you don't double order something. Welcome, welcome. All right, so you can see how one die will cut these pieces out. Now I'm not using all these pieces, but the other pieces I can save and use on the inside of the card or on another card. I'm not sure what I'll do with them. Just popping out the insides here because I didn't do that last time, these little bits. And as I mentioned, one of the things I like about Pinkfresh coordinating dies is they cut, the white trim is really close. So you don't have like this really big white trim when you cut something out. I really like that. Let's see. Ooh. No, these don't want to pop out because I had little pieces stuck in my die when I went through the first time. Hey, well, if you place 2 orders over 50, you get 2 of those foil sets. You can share one with somebody. I don't know. I'm trying to look at the bright side here. Okay, so there's one. There's that. Let me pop these out because I didn't the first time. So did you see what I did? I didn't clean out the little bits. So when it went through the second time, it didn't want to cut all the way. That's my fault. Okay, there's those pieces. See how it cuts out the insides? So you don't have a lot of crazy white space everywhere. It's really quite nice. So these should pop out better. Oh no, I didn't clean it out again. I missed one. All right, are there more questions? Hanging chads, yes, hanging chads. Yeah, most of these will pop out quick because I cleaned out most of the die. Have you answered that one? Do you know if Hammermill has a very white cardstock? I have only used Hammermill cover stock. The one that I have it linked. That's what I use for foiling. And if you want super smooth blending, it's a good option. And I don't know that they have any other heavyweight whites. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in the comments would know. I'm not sure. Okay, so I did a little prep ahead of time to save time in the video so I could show more. Let me show you what I did. Shove things out of the way here. Okay, this is the circle die set and the circle foil plates. I'm not using the foil plates yet, but both are in the clearance section. I used a circle die, one of these circle dies, to cut a window in the front of my card. All right. Using the same die, I cut from light blue cardstock and I stamped, "You fill my life with sweetness and love." And I stamped with a light ink because I didn't really want this to stand out. It's kind of like a supporting sentiment, not like the main sentiment. So I stamped it with their, what's it called? Coast. Misty Coast. Can you go back to the regular comments? So I stamped, "You fill my life with sweetness and love," from this around the shape circle stamp set with a light gray ink, the Misty Coast. And that's on light blue cardstock. And that is the same circle, same size, okay? So let me go ahead and glue that down while we're here. Put glue on this. This gets glued to the inside of my card right through that window. All right. Let me put something on that. Where's my block? Here we go. Okay, next up, I did, let's see, what do I have next? Did I do all the pieces? Where are all my pieces? Did I not do them? Mike's gonna laugh at me. Let's see. Okay, next I have this circle. This is the big circle that'll go at the light blue circle that goes in the background. I used 2 of these circle dies together to cut it. So I created a little frame here, and there's nothing on this. It's just blue cardstock. It's just kind of a backdrop, brings in more color. And I'm positioning it kind of centered around that center there. Now I thought I did this, but I did it in black. Why did I do that? Well, I'll just do it right now. All right. Yeah, Dawn said Gina K white cardstock. Oh, here it is. It was stuck here. Gina K white cardstock is super smooth, great for foiling and bright white, and wonderful for blending. I highly recommend. I just got a big stack of it. I needed some. Nancy, you're wondering if this nesting circle dies you have will work with these stamps. My guess is yes, because it's pretty forgiving. Like I stamped this circle and cut it wider. This one I cut it closer. So it should work with a variety of circles. All right, so I did have this. I did have this. It was just stuck. So this one here, I stamped first with the circle image, and I stamped that with the Misty Coast ink, and then I used 2 circle dies to cut it out. And I love that sentiment going around the center. Now, the nice thing is notice that Pinkfresh put extra stamp material in there and here. That's so like when you put it down, it doesn't get warped. You know what I mean? Like you put it down, when you put it into your stamping tool, it will be in the exact position for a circle. What, Mike? Everything okay? Okay. So that is the next circle. Okay, so let's add these. These were created with the Arches Florals. Let me put that stamp set out so you can see. Put some quick glue on this. Okay. Now I'm going to put this, I'm placing it kind of right about there. There's really no wrong way to do it. Now this is supposed to kind of go along the top of an arch, but it goes well on top of the circle too. I am working on the Glassboard Studio magnetic glass work surface, and so I've got these really strong magnets that are very helpful. I love this. It really has been kind of changed how I create and very helpful. All right, so that one I'll put there. So I like how even though that was meant for an arch, it works really well along the circle. All right. Yeah, it is nice. I hope that made sense. Like here's a thin line circle, but there's this extra material here so it keeps its shape. Now that extra material doesn't stamp, but it helps it keep its shape. Does that make sense? I hope that does. All right, now this one, I put glue on this. I'm putting a little more glue than I normally do because I'm going over those edges. I think I want to put it like this. Do-do-do, do-be-do. Trying my best here. Oh, I can center it with what's going on in the inside. Okay, there we go. Try my best to line this up. Make sure that works. Oh yeah, look at that. So now I can put something heavy on that. So now the flowers are kind of tucked behind that ring of sentiments. Yeah, isn't it fun? Something different. You know, sometimes you just got to do different things. Now here I stamped You Brighten My Day, but there's also You Are Not Alone, which I think sometimes is a very important message to give. Right now is a tough time for many, so you could do that instead if you wanted. But I stamped You Brighten My Day with a dark sapphire ink. That's a dark blue, so it'll match the blues, but you could do black. I'm trying to get away from doing black all the time and instead do like a dark brown or a dark blue or a dark purple. Okay, so I stamped it and then used one of the circle dies to cut it out. Then I'm going to put one of these little flower die cuts, tuck it like right in the nook, like that. Let me put something on that while that dries so you can see what we got going on here, like a little circle, right? I do have these extras, which if you wanted to, you could like put one in the corners. But I think I'm going to save them for another card. Okay, so I've got all of these extras because I've done this card twice. Now I thought I'd just put, I think I'm just going to put, just for time saving, I'm just going to put some foam squares behind that. Normally I wouldn't do this because I wouldn't want this circle to get crushed. I would just die cut a few extra circle die cuts and glue it on the back. But to save time, I'm just putting a foam square in the back to finish it off. All right, so this one gets put right here. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Now, one of the things I just wanted to do something different with these products. I have used all of these in a video before. Brienne has linked it in the comments. So I've done examples with all of these products, but they're very different examples than what I just showed. Hopefully Brienne can find it again. So you can see just different things to do with it. Now let me show you something else. From that video that I used some of these products, the arches and the circles, I sent most of those cards away, but I found I did have one still in my stash. So I thought I'd show it here. So this is a pop-up shadow box. So it will stand up on its own. Why is it? Oh, no, I got the card on the back. I forgot. I put a little card on the back to write your personal message, and it flattens and then pops up. And here you can see I used one of those circle sentiments in the background. And then this big and happy thoughts, big hugs and happy thoughts was from the Circle Florals set. And this is the one that has the stencil words in it too. Will those circle sentiments work with that? Yeah, you know, let me show you. I'm just going to grab some other circle. The nice thing about these circles that I used is they are sized just right to go around the foil plates. But, you know, I have some other circle dies here. These are from Spellbinders. And you could find, see, this will cut this one out really nice. You just got to find the right size. See, that would cut the center of that nice. I just grabbed a few. Like this one will go, this one I need a little bit bigger. But anyways, yeah, I'm sure you have, if you have circle dies, but the nice thing about this is if you get the foil plates, they're the right size for it. Does that make sense? I'm hoping that makes sense. All right, so all of those things are on sale. Yay, yay, yay. See, I don't like to use old products if I don't know the company has a lot in stock, but Pinkfresh said they did, and they were putting them on sale, so here we go. What die cut machine do? Let me move on to the next card, and while I'm getting ready, I'll answer. What die cut machine is, yikes, hang on. I dropped my foil and it rolled. What die cut machine do I use? I use a few die cut machines just because there are a few really good ones out there, and I want to demonstrate that there's more than one good one. For manual machine, I use the Intricut from Gina K, which I demonstrated with before. I hadn't used it in videos for a while because it was out of stock, but now it's back in stock. I also like the Spellbinders Platinum. That's a great machine. And you can use the Glimmer machine and the Better Press with either of those. For electric machine, I like the Anna Griffin Empress, which now they're discontinuing, and they have the Empress Elite, but it's really the same machine. You use the same plates with it. It's very similar, just little things different. But you can't do the Glimmer or the Better Press with it. So I use a mix of the three. Okay, let me think here. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to show. Let me show a couple things. If you liked, by the way, if you liked from this, I wanted to show this because I almost did this instead of the floral lace. Remember I did the floral lace? I made an impression with the hot foil plate, and then I used the stencils to ink it. I almost did it with this instead. This is the stained glass. I did a video using this, so if you go to my blog and search on stained glass, it'll come up. But you can do the same thing with this. Make an impression with this foil plate, and then use the stencils to color it. So it could be done in a similar fashion. That's why I wanted to show it, and these are in the clearance section too. Okay. You order the Intricut from Gina K, they ship really fast, yeah. And my guess is, you know, there's probably Black Friday sales coming up on tools and machines. I know Spellbinders has a sale right now. It's on my sales page. Can you put the sales page on there? in the chat is the sales page. You can get, they have a Better Press bundle. That's a great value, or a little bit off the Better Press, and same with the Glimmer. So those are on sale. Okay, let's do the next one. So here is the next one. This is all stuff on sale again. Now these letters that I'm going to demonstrate with, I've done a video where I showed how to make a personalized card, so you can use somebody's initials on a card. So you'll be able to search that on my blog too. I'll show you the set here. We're going to use a foil plate again to make an impression, but I'll also show you what it looks like when it's foiled. But let's start with the letters, okay? Doobie-doo-doo. Let me show you what I got here. So this is what we're making. Let me get the products. I know that when these came out, they were really popular. And so, yes, I think it's, you say, is that Ina? I think that's the artist's name. Very talented. And these are fantastic for personalized gifts. I did a video, like I said, where I made a set of note cards with Lila's teacher's initials on it. And it doesn't take long to do. And the nice thing is you can do a bunch of letters at once and then use them for different things. So let me show you what we got here. These are 50% off. They're sold separately, so you can pick and choose. There are the hot foil plates, all right, for the whole alphabet. There are the stencils, and there's a bunch of stencils here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stencils. You can use these to color in your foiled image, or you can skip the foiling and just use the stencils alone, and that's what I did here. I used only the stencils to create that. All right. Then there is an alphabet die, and the nice thing is you can like hot foil this whole half of the alphabet first, then ink up that whole half of the alphabet, and then use one die to cut them all out. So you'll be able to cut extra letters, and it's in 2 different halves to make it easier.
How'd you do the arches on there?
I'm going to show you how to do the arches, but first we're going to do the letters. Okay, so there's hot foil plates. This is the Ina's Alpha. There's stencils and there's dies, all sold separately, all 50% off plus the 20% off with my code. Yeah, it is a fun alphabet set. I'm going to do the U now. I'm going to do it twice, so you can see what it's like with and without the foiling. So I did foiling of the second half of the alphabet using my Glimmer machine, okay? I did that off screen just to save time. Brienne just put in the comments a video where I use this if you're looking for a lot more ideas. And a great holiday set. You know, if you give a set of cards made with these for the holidays, you can justify the cost of them because the cost is going to the gift. See what I did there? That's called crafter's math. Mike's not impressed. Okay, so I'm going to do this all twice. Once to color in the letters that I foiled, and once without. Ooh, somebody said things are selling out. Well, I'm going to try to hurry. I only have one more card after this. Okay, so let's start with the bottom here. You can see how easy this is to line up. I'll do the solid part of the letters first, so the letters themselves, not the flowers. Let me get this out of the way. There, that will hold it down. Okay, I'll do the waterfall ink again because remember I said I love that color. So come on, ink stand. Girl math. I don't know, is it girl math or is it crafter math? Or no, that's not good. The math of a crafter, a card maker. I don't know. So I'm doing waterfall over this whole stencil. You can see how fast it is to use these brushes. So these stencils will color in the foiling that I did off screen. So that foiling I did with my Glimmer machine and the foil plates. This is the Ina alphabet. So I did waterfall, and I think I'm going to come in with a little bit of the paradise at the bottom because I can. Why not? I think somebody asked earlier how this brush is different than the Altenew big brushes. I still like those too. I use both, but notice how these are all tight together and these are looser. So when I want to do like a heavy amount of ink on a background, I use this one. And when I want a lighter or medium, I use this one. And I'm finding great blending with these. So you'll see me use both. That won't change. Let's get, I'm gonna do a little, I'm not gonna spend the time inking up all the letters. No, you can, but I only need the YOU for what I'm doing, and to save time, I'm only gonna work on those. Putting a little bit of this darker Paradise color on the bottom. Not gonna worry about the other letters, just these, just to save time. So there we go. See how we're starting to fill it in? And then, wipe this off real quick. Crafter's Math, I like it. That's how I got my Spellbinder Stitchmas set. It was a birthday present, and I used it for gifts. Win-win. See, we're all in this together. We got to do this together. Okay, back to waterfall. If you could have one, what would you get? The Glimmer machine or the Better Press? Oh my gosh. Picking between my children. Honestly, I'm all over the Better Press right now because I just love how crisp it is. However, if you love foil, it really depends on what look you like. I don't know. I say ask for one for Christmas and then one for your birthday. I think that's also Crafter's Math. Okay. So I'm doing the same thing. It's just on this one I'm doing it to fill in the letters. Here I'm doing it without letters, so you can see the result of both. Let's do some next. I think I'll do Coral Reef next. We'll clean those stencils later. Let's look at the next one. Here we go. I don't think I'm going in order. I never go in order. Yeah, this is stencil 4, but who cares? Start here, and I'll be, no. This isn't the one I want to do first. Here it is. This is the one I want. This has the bigger flowers. Now, see, I didn't ink it all up, so I kind of messed it up here, and I have to figure it out. But let me see. I'll do it this way. Doobie-doo. There are tick marks, so if you start with a, it's upside down. Hi, vey. There are tick marks, so if you start with a regular piece of cardstock, you'd be fine, but I didn't do that. I could have, but I didn't. Okay, so I'm just lining it up, and let's first do a Coral Reef. This is a beautiful color that I use often too. I'll use a smaller brush for this. Again, I'm not doing all of the letters to save time. I'm just doing the O, Y, and U. How am I doing on time? Oy vey. I'm so long-winded. Maybe in the comments, folks can say, what do you prefer? Or what would you recommend first? The Glimmer or the Better Press? Because that's a tough call. That's a tough call. I'm not sure. What do you think, Mike?
Better Press.
Better Press. I think I saw Yana say in something, she recommended the Glimmer first. I don't know. But I will say, I think a lot of companies are switching and not making foil alone plates anymore. They're most, not all, are making press plates, which you can use on your Better Press or you can use on your Glimmer, because you can go in that direction. I'm doing what you call fast and messy inking. Let's do some letters next, or some leaves next. Okay, lining up the leaves. I think the Better Press because you can use the press plates for foiling too. So if you decide to get the foil machine later, you can. Green. We need green. Going with Grassy Knoll here. Again, I'm just doing this quick on the letters I need, but you could do them all and it'll cut all that half of the alphabet out at once. The Better Press is a bit more unique. I will say more and more companies are coming out with press plates. I know of some more that are wanting to do it also, so I think you're just going to keep seeing more and more designs available, which is great because if you're going to invest in a tool, you want to have a lot of options. Better Press all day. One big thing, this is important. I should have mentioned this at the beginning. The Better Press is foolproof. it is very much foolproof. You can get flawless results on your first attempt, without a doubt. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Nope. So if you are one of those crafters who's maybe learning, or you might get frustrated with things easily, the Glimmer machine does have a little bit of a learning curve. I will say Yana Smakola, who works for Spellbinders, has some great videos with tips to make Glimmer, to get better Glimmer results. But there is a bit of a learning curve with the Glimmer. There is no learning curve with the Better Press. It's like almost impossible to mess up. I remember the first time I used it, first try, you get incredible results. Yeah, it is nice for beginners. The Better Press, I would say, is nice for beginners. So I don't know. The Better Press is cheaper. It's definitely cheaper. I will say, another nice thing about the Better Press is you can use the inks you have with it. You don't have to buy like foils. And like Pinkfresh, you could use this ink with your Better Press. You don't need to have the specialty inks, to be honest with you. I don't usually use them. I mean, they might work a hair better, but I'm pretty happy with using just dye inks with it. Let's see, what color was I doing next? Let's do a darker peach color. Let's do passion fruit. Yeah, it is a great price. And that, yes, remember, this almost becomes free when you make gifts with it, right? Because then you don't have to buy gifts. What do you think, Mike? Can I make a gift for you with this?
No.
So I have to buy you one? Yeah.
I wouldn't buy you one anyway.
I wouldn't buy you one anyways. Okay, so that just added some details to the flowers. And I think on this one I used a smaller brush, so I did like one of the flower openings pink and one like an orange. But this time, to hurry, I'm just doing them all the same. All the flowers the same colors. This is passion fruit, which is just such a great bright coral color. And then there's one more stencil. One more. Are there more questions? Yeah, it almost becomes free. See, Hazel? We're in this together. Oh, thank you, Kona Sitka Rose. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, and it's for Brienne too. I'll buy her something nice. How's that? Now this one, I thought I would do some white pigment ink over it. So let me get a white, my white pigment ink brush. So this will add, this puts white highlights on my pink flowers. You could instead come in with like a darker color of ink, but I just did white. So look at it, adds just a little, see that little bit of white? I don't know. It just seemed like a fun thing to do. It'd be fun to do maybe like a metallic ink here, like maybe like a little bit of gold pigment ink. That's another option. And I keep my white brush only, or any kind of white tool, only for that ink. You don't want to, I don't want to wait for this to dry. You don't want to mix your white pigment ink with a different brush. Can you scroll it, Mike? Okay, so that is the stenciling. So now you can see we have two different looks. With the hot foil plate, so you get that fine hot foil outline. I don't know if it's catching the light, or without. You can definitely use it without. So now we need to die cut this. And I will show you how to do that. This is my Empress machine. I am using the Elite. Some people have asked if I was going to get it. I did buy it. It works just like the other Empress. You can use the same plates with it. And it seems to be a little quieter, if you can hear it. The buttons are bigger, like kind of stick out at the top. The handles are on the side. And I think it comes with a spinning, like a Lazy Susan for the bottom. I'm hoping to talk more about it. Oh, I didn't cut that all the way. I think I need a shim. I'm gonna hope I don't double cut. This is what happens when you hurry. Let me pop that back in and run it through again. Yeah, this is a great alphabet set. It's the Ina. Hopefully it won't sell out. Yeah, make sure you, Mike, can you plug me in here? My computer's about to die. Make sure you use the code for the extra 20% off. Now there are more letters here that it would cut out, but I'm just going for U for this. I'm throwing all the other letters on my floor. Don't tell anyone. All right, now this is the one where I just did without the hot foil, so you can see both. And you can do things like hugs, love, XOXO, lots of things. Gina K inks and Pinkfresh inks work great. I agree. I agree. I like Gina's inks are a lot more, seem to be like a classic color line. And to me, Pinkfresh inks are like a more vibrant kind of jelly bean color line, and they work great together. So that's why you see me use all of them. All right. So now we have letters without the foiling outline and letters with. Let me show you the foiling outline and look how nice it is. Doobie-doo. Can you see? Oh dear, come on. There we go. See that outline? Isn't that pretty? But it looks gorgeous without too. So this is without, this is with, and I did these. I guess I could have just pointed to that, but I wanted to show you. You don't have to use the foil plates if you don't want to. You don't have a foil machine. So let me put some of this away, and we'll just set it aside. All right, so that's how I did these letters here. Wanted to show you this fun little texture doozy here. How big are the letters? They look like they're about, sorry, my head's in the way, about a 1 1/4 inch tall. That's about right. Okay, so to do this here, I used the Pinkfresh Arch Backdrop foil plate, and then there's the die. And the die just cuts that little window there. So let me show you. I took white cardstock and foiled this foil plate with gold cardstock, and this is what you get. After I foiled, I cut that little arch out. You could leave it there if you keep it solid there, but I cut the arch out. So if you use this hot foil plate with the die, that's the look you get. So you could, this would be kind of cool, like this, right? Whoop. With the foiled letters and then this foil on the outside. And you could use like a lighter foil color if you don't want it to be as bold as this gold, okay? I've loved this arch backdrop. Another thing you can do, watch this. Say you did 2 of these, you can take them and kind of hook them together like this and have a background like that. Isn't that cool? With a little oval in the center. So they kind of hook together. And I just thought this was fun. You can make it this way with flowers coming up from the bottom. Oh, another thing. When you are in Pinkfresh website in like the clearance section, look at the, if you go to the product page, like for Arch's Backdrop, scroll down, you'll see they have thumbnails of a ton of examples. A ton. They are very generous with the number of examples with each product. So if you're on the fence or want to see more, you can do that. Now, what I did on here is, let me show you. Well, I should save time. I'll do it. What the heck? Hang on. Let me get a piece of cardstock, and I'm gonna make an impression with the foil plate this time. That's gonna give me this textury look. So I'm not foiling. That's meant to foil. And if I foiled, I would first foil and then die cut. But since I'm doing an impression, I'm going to first die cut, and then I will make the impression. Yeah, the overlap looks cool. I wanted to create a sample with that for this live, but I'll be honest, I ran out of energy. Oh my gosh, the thought of 100 kids here soon. All right, let's do the fun thing that, look at what Mike did, huh? I'm just sharing it because I saw some people say they just got here, but Pinkfresh has all the products I'm using today and more on sale for 50% off. It's the clearance section. And if you use my code in the description, you get an additional 20% off. And if you spend $50, you automatically get a free gift added. And I showed the gift at the beginning of this video. Okay, now remember what we did earlier if you were here with the floral lace hot foil plate? I'm doing the exact same thing here. I'm using my intercut just because, oh, let me take that off. I gotta forget to do that. I'm using the intricate. What? What happened? Oh, Linda, thank you.
Wait.
What happened?
Hold on.
Oh dear.
Turn it off.
I'm turning it off. There we go. Oh, look at. Oh, whoa.
Hit the wrong button. Okay. Now I'm not that good, I guess.
What's that circle up there?
What?
There's a circle up in the top right corner.
Yeah, I started here.
Oh, sorry. It's Friday. Sorry about that. And then can you go to the comments so I can see them? All right, so I die cut this. This is just heavyweight white cardstock. I do. We're a mess today. Thank you, Linda. Oh my goodness. This is heavyweight white cardstock. Make sure you use a heavyweight white cardstock when you do this, or watercolor paper. Now, I think I normally would tape these together before I spray because it's wet now. I can try taping it. Let me try. Let me see if it'll do it. Yes, when you need $50 like total purchase, even like after the discounts and all that, to get the free gift. Pinkfresh said they'd be replying to customer service. So if you have any questions, you can email their customer service. Did you know the owner lives in Dubai? She moved there. She was in Houston, where the rest of Pinkfresh is. But she wanted to be close to her family in Dubai, so she moved there and she does the company from there, and everybody else is in Houston. I think that's cool. Okay, so this is a hot foil plate, but I have my flexible mat. This is what you can emboss with, and I'm running it through my machine, following the instructions that are on with your machine. Where's my cutting plate? Oh, here it is. If you want to see this in more explanation, go back to the beginning of the video. It was the first thing I did. I'm just doing it really quick. Poor not so crafty Mike. That's okay. It's almost 5 o'clock, so he'll have a beer and he'll be happy. He's my brother, so I can give him a hard time. All right. So now, this, I'm just going to cut this. Brianne freaks out when I use a knife, but I'm safe. Oop. And now we have impressed those arches. You could use either side, really. Impress the arches instead of foiling. So you can get either look. You can get the impressed or the foiled. Okay? Now I'm not going to assemble this card. I showed you all the steps. All I did was white heat emboss a sentiment on some blue cardstock, and then I put the piece on top of it. Question. What is the clear plate that Jennifer's using with the Intricate? It's just the one that comes with the machine. Comes with the Intricate. Comes with it. I'm just using the sandwich that comes with it. Actually, I have the magnetic platform, which you can buy separately, but you could use the regular that comes with it. Okay, so again, this is the arches backdrop, arch backdrop. There's a die. Here's the die. And I foiled it for this option, or made an impression for this option. So you have two different options. The letters, you can either do without the stencil, which is on the card, or without the foil outline, or with. So this is with the foil outline, without. Okay, that's the Aina alphabet. And then let me show you what that white sentiment is from, and then I'll hurry through one last card. It's not a hard one. So let me show you that sentiment. That is white heat emboss there. That is from this set. This one's on clearance too. It is called the Simply Sentiments You. So I chose the one that says, I love that you're my person. If you've watched my videos with Pinkfresh, you know that one of the things that I like about Pinkfresh is their sentiments are unique. They're not like everything we already have. There's a lot of different things like, you are honest and I love you for that. You are so much more, you are so much more to me than you'll ever know. A lot of great things here. So this is on sale, and I just used the I love that you're my person underneath you. Okay. Another thing, let me just show you this while we're here. Yeah, the 100 kids are it's for wildlife that's coming, and the good news is I'm not in charge. I just sit upstairs and listen to the noise and pray nothing breaks. That's what happens. Uh-oh. All right, so here I wanted to just show you these. because this U that's in this Simply Sentiments also coordinates with this U foil word that's sold by itself and this U die set that's sold by itself. It's a die and a shadow. These are on sale too. So I wanted to show you that. Also, and then I'll show you the last card. Also, remember earlier I showed you, get this out of the way. Remember I showed you at the beginning this word beautiful, and there's the dies and the foil, and they can be used together separately. You can buy them together separately. These are on sale. Well, if you like that large font, they have several different themes. So this one here, let me show you. This is the Pinkfresh U Builder. In it, you have the words, "You are amazing, awesome, kind, and wonderful." And they're sized the same. So that's another one. Yeah, the stamp set's not on sale? Oh, okay. The U stamp set that I just showed is not on sale, somebody said. That would be the only thing that's not. But these U dies are. So you could do the U phrase builder, which has those words, "You are kind, awesome, wonderful, amazing." Then there's a U foil plate and U dies. These all just can be mixed and match. Sorry that I got the U stamp set wrong. My bad. So that's the only thing I used today that's not on sale. Goodness, I tried. Also, another big phrase builder set is the sending set. So in this one you have sending, and the other words are good wishes, prayers, love, smiles, hugs, and best. So those words, and they're all that same style as the beautiful. So the phrase builder dies, and I think the foil plates that coordinate are all on sale. I don't have all the foil plates out. And then there's like this big hello, that's in the clearance section, which is just like this, but even bigger. And then there's a happy birthday, and then there's a small thank you. All of those are on sale. And Mike did, bless Mike's heart, I should show him because we did them. He die cut them and I glued them together, but we did examples of all these that are on sale. So you can see how big these are. I mean, they're nice and big. They fill a card nicely. Another one, so all of these sentiments are in. If you just go to the top of my YouTube description, it says all Pinkfresh Clearance. You can find all these in there. And then one more, this was going to be on my favorites list this year, actually, if I get around to doing it. I like this. This is the Pinkfresh Scripted Greetings. They're celebrate, hello, and thanks. I like that classic style. Okay? All right, so this is on sale too. So these are 50% off, priced as marked, plus if you use my code, you get 20% off. Okay. Mike did the die cutting yesterday. He did, and he put them in these cute little bags, and I glued them together today. Mike, the nice thing about working with your brother is he can tell by looking at me if my anxiety is bad, and he zooms in to help. And my anxiety was bad yesterday, so he came flying in. He's good that way. All right, here's the last card. It won't take long. It's a shaped card. A little different. So let me get all those products out. Doobie-doo. Hang on. This time I used I think these are the hexagons. So these are the hexagon dies, and that's what I'm using here for my shaped card. Do know there are hot foil plates that can work with it, so you could do like a hot foil frame, just like I showed you earlier with the arches and the circles. But now we have the hexagon shape. Yes, Mike worked as an engineer, and for years we talked about him quitting and working with me, and then during COVID he finally did it, and it's been the best thing. He's always been my biggest cheerleader. Okay, I'm saying nice things and he's right here. I shouldn't do that. All right, let's do some stenciling. You guys getting tired of this yet? I hope not. Well, these are the last things that I'm going to show. I'm not showing everything that's on sale, but these are the last things I'm going to show you. Let me show you the products first, so if you want to check out, you can check out. So I use the hexagons on this card. I'm about to use the Citrus Bloom stencils and coordinating die. There is a stamp set. I'm not using it, but you can see what you get if you stamp it and then color with the stencils and cut out with the dies. This is one giant stamp. So it's one of those where you stamp them all, then color them in with the stencils, and then use the coordinating die to cut out. I'm skipping the stamping to show you don't have to use the stamp to get a different look. Okay, so that is the Citrus Bloom. It has little lemons on it, but I skipped the lemons to get a different look. Just changing it up. They have a lot of great examples on their website with this set. So that's a great one. If you've never tried a Pinkfresh where you do the all at once and cut all at once with like one die, this is a great one to try. The Big Hugs, Happy Thoughts. I showed you this one earlier. I can't find it now. Let's see if I can find it. It is from the Circles. Let's see. I'm looking. Circles Floral set. By the way, remember the Circle Sentiment stamps that I used earlier? There's one for the arches dies too. So that fits in the arch just right. Just so you know. I can't find it. How could it go that far away? I'm right here, like, oh, I found it. This is what happens when you're organized. You can't find things. It is from this set right here. This is the Circle Florals. And remember, this is the one that this coordinating stencil set and die set have the words. So you can stencil words and die cut them. That's where I got the Big Hugs and Happy Thoughts. There's a die that cuts it out. I've used that many times in videos. In fact, I used it on this card, which is in one of my older videos. There you can see the Big Hugs and Happy Thoughts. I put it on a little action wobbler so it kind of floats around in there. Okay, so those are the products that I'm using on here. I did use one thing. This is something else that's not on sale. I used some glitter paper. So I used two hexagon frame dies together to cut from their champagne colored glitter paper because I like the champagne. Let me show you. The glitter paper is not on sale because it's a newer product, but I kind of buy it in bulk. Well, no, what I do is I buy multiple packs and I put it together in bulk. I like the metallic pack that has like this kind of coppery and this like silver, and this is like not your normal gold. It's not like that really bright, ostentatious yellow gold. It's more of like a champagne gold, and that's what I used. I really like these from Pinkfresh. These are not on sale because they're new. They also have lots of colors, but I just wanted to mention because that's the glitter frame I did there, and this die cut's very nice. So I just wanted to show you that. So those are the things I used on this card in case you are, now I got to find out where I had it. Oh, no. Where is it? I'll put it away later. In case you wanted to check out. So let's do the flowers first. Doobie-doo. I'm going to do them quick. You can stamp first and then use the stencils, but I like to show you don't have to use the stamps with it if you don't want to. Let's start with the first one. I think that's this one. Yeah, stencil number 1. Okay, let me get this. Oh, and by the way, this stencil set has the thank you stencil. And remember, those are cool because you can do like a really textured sentiment on your card, like a glitter paste or something, because it's on a stencil. All right, for this, I'm going to change up my colors. I did their pink family and their kind of purplish pink family on that one. I think I'm going to do blues. You know, Mike, you could go get a beer. Nobody would tell anybody. Nah, he's no fun. I think I'm going to do blue and I'm overthinking. Sorry. I'm going to do blue and teal. Sorry. I'm an overthinker. Okay, so this is the Citrus Bloom. Get my ink stand out. Now I want to make a bunch of flowers to go around this. You could get away with one set, but I did do 2 sets just so that I could have more. All right, so over this, I will do, this is Summer Shower. I'm just doing the top half of the flowers in Summer Shower. You could get, again, creative with your inking, do like a little bit of dark ink here and there, but I'm saving time and just doing one color over it. So I did Summer Shower at the top, and now I'll do Ocean Breeze on the bottom. This is a very light pool color. Can you scroll it? And the reason I'm doing 2 colors is it's going to give me more flowers, and I just wanted to show that idea. I could instead do, you know, I'm going to do 4 colors of flowers. So now I have some blues up here and some teals down here. Then I'm going to wipe off my stencil. You could clean it with some rubbing alcohol, but I'm feeling a little lazy. Mike is in the dead space. Yeah, he's in the dead space. No one would know if you had a beer. That's it. That's okay. He won't do it. Now let's do, I'm going to do purple and pink. So I'm going to have 4 different colors instead of 2. And here I did 2. Like 2 different color families. I'm doing 4 different color families. Because why not? And there's a glass of wine at the other side of this. All right. So that is Sparkling Rose. And up here I'll do Soft Lilac. This is not your normal purple soft lilac. This has got like a pink touch to it. It goes with that Candy Violet that I mentioned earlier that I like so much. Okay, so we have 2 panels going here. That's stencil number 1. Stencil number 2 does the lemons. So you can see there's little lemons here. I'm just going to skip the lemons because they're going to get tucked under here. You would never know they were supposed to be lemons. So I'm skipping stencil number 2. Stencil number 3. Let's do stencil number 3. Line that up. Actually, I'm going to use the pink. I've got the pink and purple out already. So I'll line up stencil number 3. These are very forgiving. You don't have to line them up just right. Mike, were there any questions? This is Candy Violet here. Doing some Candy Violet on the bottom of this stencil. So not all Pinkfresh stencil sets work really well without stamp sets, but if they have a lot of stencils in it, chances are they do work well with it. You can do without the stamp set if you wanted to. I just thought I'd show this. So that was Candy Violet on the bottom, which I love so much, and this is Bubble Gum. Not doing the greatest inking here, but it's okay. Question, is it okay to use the Use Send die cut for foiling? Not sure what the die, yeah, you can foil with dies. Yeah, you can foil with dies, but I think, doesn't that give a reverse? No, I think you can foil with them, but you can also use the die. I mean, you don't have to have the foil plate. The die has the word U and the shadow, and then you can use the shadow die with the foil plate. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm hoping it does. It's just, here's the thing. If you've ever watched any videos where I use Pinkfresh, it's fun because they have lots of different products available, but you don't have to use them all. I think I already got these out. Oh, here we go. So this time I'm using Aquamarine and Blue Jay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how messy is your craft room right now? Does Mike help with the tiny? It's a bit of a bomb. Not as bad as usual because I took a different approach this time. But here's the thing. Soon, there's going to be a bunch of kids here, and I have a bunch of my stuff out there that needs to come in here before they show up. So that's going to be the tricky part. I don't know where my other brush went. Oh, well. So I'm doing Blue Jay at the top and Aquamarine. I don't even know. What are we doing for dinner? Do you know? No. Oh, dear. Okay. Hopefully Ken's doing that. Okay. I probably should have gone darker there. Whatever. Just trying to hurry. Okay, let's do stencil number. I'm looking at, normally if you've watched me teach before, I write with a Sharpie on the top corner so it's easier to see, but you know, I didn't do that yet. So this is stencil number 3. No, this is what is this for? I don't think I used this one. Yeah, I don't think I used that one. So I'm just going to go stencil number 4. All right. So this one gets lined up to add just some details to the flowers. Doobie-doo. All right. More questions, Mike? Favorite Thanksgiving dish? My grandma's stuffing. My grandma's recipe my mom makes, and that's my favorite. I don't normally like stuffing, but Erna has a killer stuffing recipe. So that would definitely be it. We do not go fancy because we discovered we would rather not spend the whole time in the kitchen, so we don't go super fancy. So this stencil just adds some details to the flowers. Doing it really quick. I missed with Jennifer was what Jennifer was doing. Can you use the foil plates to emboss your letters? Yeah, you could emboss your letters, I guess, with the foil plates. I didn't try, but I'm guessing you could. I don't see why not. Definitely worth trying. If I had more time, I would try. So that was Tidal Pond and Stargazer, which were the darkest colors. And now I'll do Raspberry Bliss and Regal Kiss. Oh, isn't that cute? Mike's not impressed by my rhyming. Has anybody noticed a difference in the stamp cleaners? Like the Ultra Clean from like Simon or Hero, really they're all very similar. My guess, unless they add something to it to make it a little different, I know that a lot of them come from the same suppliers. A lot of companies will, like that kind of product, a lot of companies will carry that so they have it available, you know, in case you're shopping on their site and they need it available. I have used the Hero Arts cleaner, stamp cleaner. The Simon says stamp cleaner, and I've used the Brutus Monroe stamp cleaner. All are great. Okay. Stencil number. Why is that on here? Hi. How much more do I have? Good question. How much more do I have? Not much. Oh, what are you going to get? Oh. I'll have salad upstairs. Okay, sorry, all. Let's see. I think I'll use Emerald City. Okay. What did you use for the white background on the card with the coral envelope you just showed? Oh, on this one, I have a video for this. If Brianne's still here, she can link it. That's one of the piercing dies, like the cover plate dies from Pinkfresh. I don't think there are any of those on clearance right now. I love them. I have done a video on like 5 different ways to use their cover plate dies. They're really nice, but it gives a nice detail. It adds interest when you don't want to take the time to do much else. It just adds some fun to it. I'm doing a really messy job. What can you do if your blending brushes become stiff? Some people clean their brushes. I have never in my life cleaned a brush. If a brush becomes stiff, I just rub it against a dry cloth like this a bunch, and it'll be fine. I've never done anything else. And maybe I'm lazy, I don't know, but I've never done anything else. All right, next stencil. Doobie-doo. I think I should have done that last stencil lighter and this one darker, but whatever. Live and learn. Now we'll do Meadow. This is what you call power stenciling. Oh, are things selling out? Oh, well, there were a lot in stock. I do know that. So go ahead and put your order in. Remember, there's a code below to save an additional 20% off. But, a lot of these techniques that I showed today, you can also use with products you have. I showed you if you have other foil plates, you can make an impression. You don't always have to use the outline stamp with a coordinating stencil set. Lots of different things you can do. This one. There's actually one more stencil, but I'm going to skip it. I'm just doing some of them. You don't always have to do all of the stencils. Remember that. Line this up. I made the mistake of trying to rinse out a brush and it was never the same again. Yeah, I have heard, I think it was Gina say, I don't think Gina washes her brushes either. I have heard that if you do wash it, make sure you dry it like face down so the water doesn't like seep up and like settle in there. I think it might mess with the glue or whatever. I don't clean. I won't. If I want to remove some ink, I just rub it firmly against a dry cloth. Okay, so now I have these, the messiest stenciling I've ever done. We're doing this here. Now let's die cut them, and then it's a quick sailing from there. So let's get the die out. All right. You bought more than you should have, Jan. Well, Jan, here's the thing, Jan. If you want to feel better about purchasing too much stuff, all you got to do is make some card sets and give them as gifts for Christmas. And then you have justified, right? There you go. Now, you will notice that my die will cut some extra white space because I didn't ink the lemons. I just didn't want them. So I can just trim those a little bit short. I can trim that little bit off. Now there's all those cut out. And we'll do these. Now I have 4 colors. All right. Yeah, it is a huge time saver to have them cut them out. So I could have stamped first, then done the stenciling. It makes it easier to line it up, but I just decided to skip the stamping and do the best I could without it in a quick amount of time, but I did. Monica, I'm glad you're excited about the alphabet. Remember to go to my blog and search on the INA, I-N-N-A, and up will come the video and the blog post using them. Okay. Oh, my strong magnets just pulled that right off. Okay, so here I cut a hexagon die with the hexagon die sets. And this is stacked a few thick, so it's nice and thick. And then I will add to it that little gold frame, which has walked away. I don't know where it went, but I will add a little gold glitter frame that I cut with the dies. I cut a thin frame and I'll glue that on there. It walked away. At the center, I will glue the sentiment that says big hugs and happy thoughts. I stamped this in a dark purple just for something different, trying to avoid doing black all the time. And that's from the Circle Florals. Now I have the biggest hexagon shape, and I'm going to put this in the center with a foam dot. I'll probably remove it later and then glue it on more securely, but I just wanted to have a foam dot at the center to hold it in place while we place our flowers around it. I am speed crafting because I was supposed to be done at 5. But you know, this is what happens. So I just use one foam square to hold that right in the middle. I can always remove it later and glue it better. And now we just tuck our little flowers under it. So like this one, I can put, doesn't need to be this big. Let's see, will it fit under there? No, let me cut some off. I'm just gonna cut a little bit off, put glue on it, and then tuck it coming out like that. Let me cut this one off. Sound effects help. So I'm trying to mimic a little bit of what I got going on over here just to save time. But look at all these different flowers I got. So say I wanted to use this one and I don't like, and I show the whole thing, and I don't want that little white spot where the lemon was supposed to be, you can just trim it off. Nobody will ever know, okay? So now I can just tuck all these in here. Oh, I don't want to do that one again. Mike, are there more questions while I tuck these under? I am trying to let some of the hexagon show so you can see that shape. For a new crafter that loves ink blending, would you recommend the Pinkfresh Magic Brushes or the Altenew? Gosh, you know, come on. That's a tough question. I I don't know. I think for covering bigger areas, these the 1-inch brushes are great. For smaller areas, I like the Altenew mini blending brushes. So really, you can't go wrong with any of them. And I try to show a variety of things in videos. They're really, really all good options. Some people like, this is the Pinkfresh brush that has longer bristles and it's small, but the Altenew has shorter bristles and it's about the same size. So they both work great. I would recommend trying different sizes and seeing what really appeals to you. It just really depends. I don't know where my big purple one went. It went away somewhere. I'm just going to tuck these. So I can continue to tuck these around, but I did the mix of 4 colors on this one. So I go and I put just a little bit of glue behind, but you can always go back and lift and squeeze a little more glue wherever you need it. Oh, that's right. I don't have I did half and half colors. All right, Mike, read me another question while I finish this.
How do you store your open foil rolls?
My open foil rolls. What I like to do is I have a drawer. It's a IKEA Alex drawer. It's wide and narrow, and I keep them in there, and I have hair rubber bands. You know, like the little rubber bands we wore as a kid. They're about 1 inch in diameter. I have one of those around my foil, and it keeps it from unraveling, and I haven't had any trouble with that. I've been doing that for a while, and it works really well. So definitely worth a try. Let me do one more pink. Let me cut out this little place where the lemon would have been. If you would have done the lemons, you wouldn't have to cut these pieces off. Okay, so now you get kind of the idea. Now, let me show you something. This is important. This guy down here, see there's 2 little leaves sticking off? I purposely put him there so that I can make these 2 leaves sit on a horizontal line there. So it'll stand up against those little nubs sticking down. Here I have a little flower and a leaf, and that will help it stand up. Here I have 2 little leaves. So that just helps with it standing. Okay. So that's a rough job. I got some ink on it, but I can erase that with this paper eraser later on. Did you hear that Altenew is now making a 1-inch foam mounting tape and a big wheel? Oh my gosh. I don't have it. Is it available? I'm going to need it. Okay, so I did add the glitter frame. Mine just ran away. Now the last thing to do is to turn this into a card base. Okay, so that's a card base. Let's get the largest hexagon, which is the one that I used on the outside. Let me get, hang on. I have a top folding note card here and my cutting plates. I'm going to take the top of this hexagon and have it hang over the top. This is the fold line of my card. So I'm going to have that hang over the top there. If you watched my live that I did yesterday, I showed a lot of different ideas for this kind of idea to create a flap, which you can use on the front of your card or for your card base. Okay. Oh, slap bracelets work great for holding down foil on a roll. That's a great idea. I just hate to admit how many rolls of foil I have. Let me show you. So this is what mine looks like. And if it creates a little wrinkle there, I've never had any problems. Okay, so now we have this folded card base. All right, now let's glue this together, and then there's one last trick to the shape card, because I wanted it to be a hexagon that stood up, but remember there's that point down there. So the trick that I do, and I'm wondering if I think I used 80-pound card base. I don't like to do 80-pound card base. 80-pound card bases don't hold up as well, but I think I accidentally grabbed that. Where did my trimmer go? I don't know where it went. So I'll just use scissors. So it might not want to stand up well, but I could put an insert to give it extra support. So what I'm going to do, I normally use my trimmer, but I don't know where it went. That's how bad it is here. On this back flap, am going to cut a little flat spot like that. And that will help it stand up. So see how it'll stand up. And there we have. Now, this is a little bit bigger than an A2 card because I left some of my flowers hang off. I could have tucked them in more to put in a regular envelope, but I plan to just put this into a A6 envelope, and that way the flowers can hang off the edges. So here is a completed card. This one is not completed, and I got ink on it, but I can just use a little sander to remove it. And I need to find my little frame. I don't know where it went. You know, I'll find it as soon as this is over. Ah, look at what I found. So that can get glued there. And again, this opens like this. Now this one, I didn't do that little notch. And look at it, stands. You know why it's standing? Because I positioned that so that there's like a little foot here and a foot here. So maybe you don't have to cut off a little bit from the back. But either way, there you go. So that's it. Mike, what's that question about the free gift? Can you read it to me like this one?
The free gift, will it show up in the cart before you check out?
No, the free gift will not. I think I have that in the YouTube description. I think I wrote it on there. The free gift will not show up in your cart. I don't think so. I think they just automatically add it to the order, and she said they have a lot of stock. So you should be safe. It's while supplies last. If you have any questions, you can contact Pinkfresh customer service. They're wonderful. And hopefully, let's just get some cards out. Let's see, what did I make today? There was another one. What was the other card, Mike? You won't remember. Oh, the circle one. I don't know where I put that. Goodness. That was like 6 hours ago. Yeah, I don't know where it went. There is one more card, though. There's the blue card. I don't know where I put it. Sorry. There's all the cards. Minus one. Minus my favorite, the blue one. I don't know where I put it. Can you scroll it, Mike? So there you go. So a little reminder, a little review. All of the products I used today, except for the one stamp set that I boogered up, all of the products are 50% off over at Pinkfresh, so clearance. And with my code, you get another 20% off that. If you spend over $50, you can get a free foil plate set. It's in my description below. And if you spend over $100, you get free US shipping. So I just wanted to mention that. Yeah, the circle with the pop-up blue color, it ran away. It ran away. I don't know where it went. It was my favorite too. I'll find it, I'll post it, but I don't know where it is right now. Gosh, isn't that crazy? See, this is what, it's like a bomb. This is the other type of crafter math. There you go. It's Friday, folks. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the time that you spend with me. I know my lives go very, very long, but I'm hoping that it's worth it and that you learn a thing or two. Oh, giveaways. Oh, we have good giveaways too. Can't find those stinking blue cards. We got a bunch. I don't know. Let me see. Give them to me and I'll tell you. Okay. These are the giveaways I have. So it's 2 good ones. 2 really good ones. 2 generous ones. So first of all, I have an extra set of the Ina's alphabet. I bought a second set because, you know, sometimes I do that. So this is actually the stamp set, which isn't available anymore. But there's this, you will get it. There's the stencils and the foil plate and the dies. So somebody gets that. And then somebody also gets this Celebrate in Style, which creates these cakes. And then there's the stencil and the dies make those sentiments. And this is in the clearance section too. So I need 2 winners, Mike. And I'm doing one last hope for the blue cards while you look. I found them. They were under some stuff. So these were the blue ones. Yeah, this one was fun to make. So I had 4 cards. Okay, so we're going to pick 2 winners. The way you're eligible for giveaways in my lives is you just leave comments in the chat and it makes you eligible. Do you have somebody?
Yeah. The first one for the alphabet.
For the alphabet dies, stamps, foil plates, and stencils.
Sheila Harper.
Sheila Harper. Thank you, Sheila. You just go to my website and email me through the Contact Us, and we'll just need your address. And I do ship international. And then the Celebrate in Style bundle.
Monica K.
Monica K. So Monica, please email us too. Just
it's the letter K as the last.
Letter K. Monica and the letter K. So those are 2 winners. So thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all being here. How was that for a crazy Friday? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. If you have any questions, you can also email me through my website if you have any questions about all of this. But again, it's all in the description below, so you should be able to find it there. I'm not sure about when I go live next. I'm out of town next week. I'm going to see the mouse. And then I know I will be going, I know a big time I'm going live. Black Friday, I'm going live all of Black Friday. Like every hour I'm doing something different. I will take a break to eat. But other than that, Black Friday. So if you want to avoid all the crazy shopping out there, you can stay home and craft with me. So stay tuned for details on that. All right, well, thank you so much. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.